All right. Are you Muslim?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Um, okay, so first let me answer your question. Because I feel like the Bible is corrupted.
Is there
You will.
evidence for that?
Um, there's evidence in the Quran because in the Quran it's clear that it says.
The Quran is the thing making the claim. So is there evidence for the claim that the Quran makes?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what the Quran says. Can I?
I know what it says. I'm
What is
saying,
it?
is there
What is
evidence for
what it
what it
says?
says
Yeah, what
that
it says.
that the scriptures are corrupted,
Yeah.
right?
Why do
And
you say that?
I'm saying, is there evidence for that?
Yeah, because who wrote the Bible are the witnesses, and in the end, you can't. Let me. Okay, because in the end, you can't believe people from history write a book. No, let me. Because let me talk. Because do you believe that history can be changed?
I believe in history, people can try to change things. I don't believe history is changed entirely.
So you don't believe a story in the history can be many versions?
What do you mean by many versions?
Like many people, they said, oh yeah, I saw that, no I saw that, no I saw this. Do you believe that there is many witnesses in history?
Yes.
Okay, so how do you know which one is right and which one is wrong?
Through the attestation of the surrounding people.
Yeah, but like it can be changed, right?
How do you know the Quran is not changed then? How do you know in history what the Quran is saying is not something that was changed?
Because the Quran came in Arabic and still in Arabic, and it says in the Quran, God says in the Quran that this book specifically will not be changed. Other books,
Okay,
which
how do you
is,
know that's not lying?
let me speak, because he said in the Bible and the Torah will be changed in history, and the Quran.
So his own words will be changed?
No, no, no. People will play with the
So
words.
people will play with the words of God?
Yeah, that's why he
How do you know
brought.
people didn't do it with the Quran?
Yeah, that's why God brought a new book, and he was like, "This book will not be corrupted by people." He literally
How do you
said
know?
that
How do you know it wasn't?
because it didn't change. There's a
Right,
lot of evidence.
how do
Wait, wait.
you know that is what I'm asking. I know you guys believe it. I'm saying, how do you know that?
Because it came uh I mean, in the beginning, the language didn't change. I mean, like my English is
Okay,
not that good,
the
so
language
bear
for the
with me.
Bible didn't change, so what?
No, the Bible came with a lot of versions, and it's not the original
No, the
language.
Bible was revealed in Greek and in Hebrew, and we have that. We have those manuscripts for the Greek and the
Yep.
Hebrew.
Okay, but like in the Bible, the witnesses who wrote the Bible, how can you believe? How can you trust?
How can you believe Muhammad?
Because
How do you
Muhammad
know? How
literally,
do you,
because the book literally came from God, and Muhammad just
okay,
said,
the Bible says
Muhammad
the
said it.
Bible can okay, the Bible said okay, the prophets the writers of the Bible say that they're inspired by God. So therefore it's true and it's from God. Like you see how that's
Wait.
flawed logic?
Say it again. Say it again.
The writers of the Gospels and the
Mhm.
writers that are writing the scriptures also say that the scriptures are inspired by God. So therefore, it's from God. GG. Like,
No,
what?
no, no, no. Be-
What do you mean? No, you just said what Muhammad says is true because he says that it's from God.
Because
The writers of the Bible say that it's from God. So therefore, it's from God.
Muhammad is a prophet.
Okay, we have prophets too who say these writings are from God. So therefore, it's from God.
Je-
Thank you, Tessie.
again.
Thank you for the gift, guys.
Jesus wrote the Bible
No, he didn't.
but the Bible came at the time of Jesus, right?
Definitely not what you mean by the Bible, because obviously the Old Testament was there, but the New Testament comes after.
The Old Testament was like Moses, who I believe, I don't
The
know.
Old Testament is a compilation of multiple different books, but the New Testament
Okay,
comes after Jesus' death.
okay. Let me ask you this one. Do you really wanna know the truth, like deep down?
Hmm.
Why then you didn't read the whole Quran, the whole book?
Do I need to read the whole thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why do I need to read the whole thing? to know if
Why?
it's what it's saying
No,
is false or right.
this is not the right question. The right question is why you didn't have that curiosity that many people, billions of people, are following a book.
I have curiosity, but my curiosity is not that great of it. It's not there. It's not at that extent.
Yeah, but like since you're here and live and arguing with people, you should have just read the whole Quran.
Well, I mean, I can read certain parts of it and I can read certain things that it says and see that it goes against history or it's inconsistent. So if it's inconsistent and it goes against history, then
I mean, no,
Elijah, I see you that you're in the live. Could you send me those two the screenshots that you sent me on iMessages, those two screenshots on Instagram? Send it to me, please, I beg. On Instagram. But go ahead, continue.
um, so I feel like if I'm in your place and like, okay, this I believe in Quran, and I saw people are following a book that says, "Oh, my book," after the Quran, and they said, "Oh, my book is not true because it's corrupted and blah blah blah." And I see billions of people following it. I will be curious. Okay, why is that? Why are they saying that? So that's what I'm wondering. Why you don't have this? If you want to really know the truth.
I gave a reason.
Yep.
I said a very specific thing. I said if I see that it's inconsistent and that it's not it's not aligning with history, then I would say that there's no reason to accept it.
What if your point of history is wrong?
How do you know your point of history is not wrong?
Because the Quran came after the Bible.
Oh,
The Quran came after the Bible, and
so
like
what? How do you know
no,
that
no,
it's
no,
not wrong?
no, like what?
So what? How do you know it's not wrong?
Because the Quran came after the Bible, and God said that the Bible and the Torah will be corrupted by people, and because it's written by witnesses, it's not
Okay,
the words of God. It's not the words of God.
The Bible says if anything that comes after it that contradicts it is cursed by God and is false. That's what the Bible says. So
Yeah,
therefore
but now
so
we're
therefore
talking.
what comes after it, so therefore what comes after whatever divine revelation that these people receive, whatever these scriptures are, would be false because God says whatever comes after and whatever contradicts it is false and it's accursed by God. Thank you.
Okay, but now our conversation is about is the Bible is the Bible, let's say, corrupted or not? So by knowing the truth, you have to go for a book and a prophet that came after Jesus to know the truth. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
wrong. Why would I have to? Because the Bible says if something comes after it and it contradicts it, then it's false. That's what the Bible says. Here, hold on. Sorry. You can continue speaking. To all the
Um,
people in the live, I'm sorry again. To all the people in the live, go to this little blue thing right here, this little blue check, whatever the hell it is, and make your votes there. But continue. Sorry.
um, okay. What am I saying? Okay. So you believe that Prophet Muhammad is not a prophet?
Yeah.
Then who is he?
I believe he's a false prophet.
You believe he's a false prophet?
Hmm.
Okay, then if he, what's his point then? Why he don't say, okay, guys, pray for me? Why does he say, hey, guys, pray for the only God? What does that benefit him?
Because you do realize just because he doesn't say certain things doesn't mean that he's a true prophet. Just because he doesn't say don't pray to me, or just because he doesn't say, or just because he says pray to God, doesn't mean that he's a true prophet. Because you do realize that there are other people in this world or other false prophets that come that will literally tell you to pray to God or that will tell you to worship and honor God, but at the same time, what they're saying is false. Also, the people in the live want me to drop you, but thank you for coming.